Welcome. Thanks so much for joining us here on the Owatonna Today Show. I'm Deb Gillard, your host, and today is Wednesday, March 18th. Hope you had a great St. Patty's Day if you're a little bit Irish or not at all or a lot or whatever. Hope you had a fun day yesterday celebrating your heritage. Of course, you can find the Owatonna Today Show on Charter Cable TV, channel 181 here in the Owatonna area, and then that is up and running several times throughout the week, and we can also be found out on the internet. You can go to YouTube, type in Owatonna Today Show, and it will lead you to a lot of programs, most especially the current ones. You can like us on our Facebook page. You'll receive notifications when we have new programs coming up, and we are on Twitter as well, so you can go at Owatonna Today. I'm not a Twitter user, so I have to say I'm a little bit, but I think that's what you do. You're on Twitter, and then you go to at Owatonna Today, and you will find us there as well. So I just dated myself. I know, I'm sorry. We do welcome your information about things going on in the community and announcements that we pass along at the end of the program. Also, if you have ideas for guests or show topics or things like that, we are interested in knowing about those as well. Please get a hold of show producer Leanne at 390-5751 or sending us an email at owatonnatoday@charter.net. We have a wonderful show full of information for you today. When we come back from our first supporter break, we will be talking with author Sue Blair-Brown. Her book is called Making and Keeping Memories, and we'll find out what that's all about. A little bit later on in the program, it is Steele County Humane Society. We have a four-legged friend and a couple of two-legged friends joining us, and so we'll be doing that a little bit later on. So let's take this break. We'll be right back. Stay with us.
Hi, I'm Dr. Beth Giltvet.
And I'm Dr. Nick Vincelli of Horizon Eye Care.
We want you to see what you love and love how you see. We're proud sponsors of the Owatonna Today Show.
I needed more than just another dead-end job. I wanted a career, so I expressed myself.
With the kids off to college, I decided it was time for me to go back to work and express myself.
Express got me in touch with some really great companies. Now, I'm on my way to a great career.
Express Employment Professionals is in contact with thousands of companies in need of quality employees. Come in now and get the job you deserve.
Express yourself today.
Welcome back. It is Wednesday, March 18th. We're very glad you're with us on the Owatonna Today Show. I mentioned that we had Sue Blair-Brown with us talking about your book, and we're very glad to have you here.
Thank you.
Let's just take a few minutes prior to getting right into the book to find out a little bit about you. Sue, are you from around the area?
I've lived here for 3 years in Owatonna.
Okay. Prior to that, from where?
Minneapolis.
Okay, well, close by. All right.
Yeah.
But in the Owatonna area then for the last 3 years. What brought you here?
I got married.
Okay, congratulations.
And I started doing artwork right away when I came. I did caricatures for all the events that they have for charity and things like that.
Very nice.
And then I turned some of the money over to the charity.
Okay, very
nice. I like
nice.
to do that.
So the book you have is called Making and Keeping Memories, and the focus is on Alzheimer's disease.
Right.
So let's talk a little bit about how that came into being. You wrote another book previous to that. But what got you started? A personal reason? Something that happened? How did you get interested?
Well, I was a school teacher for young kids
and
an artist all my life, and I wanted to combine the two, and that's why I started the first book. And that grandpa in that story did have Alzheimer's, and I thought, oh, this is something I've got to really go after. So I changed my idea. I had this whole book then about Alzheimer's and how you can avoid it if you do all the right things and so forth, and you start young. And of course, little Ben, he is going to help his grandpa so he doesn't get Alzheimer's.
So he doesn't.
It was his brother, it would be Ben's great Uncle Jack that got it.
That had the Alzheimer's.
And he visited him in the memory home, and he decided he didn't want that for his grandpa.
For his grandpa. So it's definitely told from a child's perspective. It is a children's book, although obviously adults can gain lots of information from it as well. Maybe how we talk to our kids about Alzheimer's, maybe how they're perceiving it. That kind of thing. So it is from Ben's perspective, little Ben's perspective, right?
And knowing that aged child, they love to help.
Yes, they do.
And so I had that all in mind, and how kids can help doing all kinds of things. But this is really important.
Okay.
But at the same time, he's going to prevent it for himself.
Well, absolutely. That's a
Yeah.
good thing. So you did not just start and say, okay, I'm just going to pick a topic and do this. You've done a lot of research leading up to
Oh,
this.
yes, a lot. 25 books I read by doctors and neurologists.
Yep.
And so there's a lot of information out there. It's in the back of the book, some of the stories to read and so forth, and newsletters from doctors. They're very concerned about it.
Obviously.
They said we can't find a cure and we can't find a treatment.
Right.
But we are going to study and be prepared with prevention.
Okay.
That's my book.
And that's what the book is about.
Yeah.
So
and-
let's talk about some of the things that Little Ben is going to help do. I know we were talking ahead of time, and you mentioned there's a recurring theme throughout that there are 4 main things. Again, without the cure, without the treatment, preventive, there's nothing like that we have yet, though much research is being done. But there are 4 main things that they've identified as preventative. And what are those?
Okay, first of all, it's physical exercise.
So how does Little Ben talk to Grandpa about physical exercise?
Oh, they have so much fun.
Do they?
They had fun to begin with before they started this Grandpa's plan.
Okay.
Okay, but they went fishing and did all sorts of things. Ben and Grandpa do them both together.
Very nice.
And so that's good for both of them. And I'll get my book, start to show you some pictures.
Okay.
It's been
And you have both written and illustrated this
yes,
then, too,
I did
with your art
both.
background.
I did both.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Take those little pieces out of there.
And
So
at
we're
the
gonna try
back
to
of the
refer to
book
them.
are all the things that you need to know about food, good things, things to avoid, like too much sugar, so forth. It's all in there in the back. That's Grandpa's plan. But here they are.
Here they are.
Here they are. They're doing things together. And there's a lot for them to do together. They have a lot in common. And so when they do physical exercise, I have the dog walking them.
Yes.
And then the next thing is brain exercises.
Okay.
And of course, there's lots of things you can do. They do crossword puzzles and they do all kinds of puzzles, and there's a lot of things online.
Yeah.
There's things called luminosity and so
Yes.
forth. Well, they do all those things. It's good for both, right?
And they do them. So,
Yeah, it keeps
so
the
little
mind
Ben
sharp.
is learning and doing, and Grandpa is keeping his mind sharp. They're playing cards, they might play dominoes, other board games, all those kinds of things that
Right.
keep our mind moving.
Right,
Okay.
right, yeah.
Then next, it looks like they're eating and eating healthy.
Yeah, now they decide to do these things every day. See, that's the important thing. And so now they're going to eat a bowl of strawberries every afternoon, and sometimes Ben can invite his friends over for a bowl of strawberries too.
Okay.
So Grandpa really includes, all of his friends too, little
Very nice.
Ben's friends.
So it's a great
Okay.
multi-generational activity here too.
This is my favorite picture because I believe that Ben really understands memories after we went through this book. He's learned that, here is your memory center up here, and you've got to keep that in working order.
Okay.
And so he knows how to do it, and he's only 6 years old.
And he's going to help. So that's going to help his grandma, and I take it these are his mom and dad here too. So the things that he's doing and learning, I'm sure he's passing along to them, and they're involved in some of these things as well. But yes, memory obviously vitally important when we're talking about Alzheimer's disease. It is one of the things that is lost very early on in this type of dementia. Are those memories. So not only is he finding out how important it is, but they're actually making memories, aren't they? They're making memories
They're
to share
making
together.
memories, and they collect memories. That's where we
Yep.
get the keeping. But we also keep them in our brain. And I wanted to show you in the book. It'll be directed toward Ben and so forth, and his grandpa. But they do all kinds of things and take pictures and so forth. But the important thing is you keep it in your brain. And this town is very active in doing something about Alzheimer's. We have this great
Very
walk.
lucky, yes.
And that's in September.
Yes.
The exact date I'm not sure because they changed it just recently.
They did, yes. We had a conflict. I believe it's September 19th. Don't quote me. We'll be talking more about that as it
Yeah.
gets closer, but I
Yeah.
believe it is
Yeah.
September or
So
20th, maybe.
when it's directed toward a little boy, we have to include all the things that they're really vitally interested in. So here's his memory center, the top of his dresser. And so here is a little thing that his great uncle Jack did for him. It's a wooden locomotive. Ben used to go into his studio, his work studio, and help him and watch him and everything.
Okay.
And he's now in the memory home. And this really bothers Ben. He wants to know, he says, how do you lose your memory? Does it just float out your ears?
Yeah.
You know, I want to know how I can keep my memory safe. And so here's what he got at the zoo with his grandpa.
Okay.
And here's grandma. And he has lots of memories from those times, and so he feels really a part of what's going on.
So Grandpa actually has a plan here, and it's a plan that it looks like just about any of us could follow. There are things, as you were mentioning, there are healthy foods, things that we should be eating, snacks. These are all part of Grandpa's plan, things to avoid. There's some great reading lists here that you can take advantage of. I know you talk about getting enough sleep too, being
Very
another
important.
another of the
Yes,
things.
yes,
I've
yes.
always joked around and said, I wish somebody put me down for a nap. But when my kids were small, I said, oh, you guys, you have no idea how much I wish you would turn around and put me down for a nap.
Right.
But getting a good amount of sleep is obviously vital. The 4 things that we just talked about are crucial for health overall.
For anybody.
They are.
It can prevent cancer. It can
Yes.
prevent heart disease.
So we're talking about things that seem to be common sense.
Right.
I want to make sure that we mention that you are available to speak, that we have a website, a phone number, people can find where they can find your book. So it was published by Beavers Pond Publishing or Beavers Pond Press in Minneapolis, so local publishing. It is available at Little Professor Book Center here locally, and you had a book signing a couple of weeks ago.
Yes, that went very well, and I'm looking for more bookstores that would like to do that.
They can find it online now. I know your book is being there, and they can go to your website and find ways to get a hold of it. You would like to do more like this too, so is you're here talking with us on the Owatonna Today Show. You're available to do speaking engagements with service clubs and organizations, always looking for people to come and talk on a topic, and this would be a nice one for that as well.
My
There's your
speech
contact
is
info.
my speech is a PowerPoint, so you're going to get to see pictures of the book and also all sorts of facts. Like 5.7 million people have Alzheimer's.
And it's growing.
And
because
it's
we don't have
growing.
any way to stop
It'll
it right now.
triple in a matter of about 20 years.
You know, it's a scary concept,
Yeah.
Which leads to a whole nother topic, and again, why we have the Walk to End Alzheimer's. But a really important piece of this is that you have proceeds from this book going to benefit
That's right.
the
yeah.
Alzheimer's Association
right.
and their research, correct?
Right.
Which is a wonderful, wonderful thing. So it's obviously something that you've taken to heart to learn more about, to provide more information for families and most specifically children. They are the ones who are going to be hopefully most affected by all the wonderful things that we
That's
can do to
right.
prevent and hopefully cure and stop the progression of the disease.
That's right, yeah.
Well,
I
thank
used
you,
to play
Sue.
the guitar for the memory homes.
Okay.
And they forgot my name when I came, but they did not forget all of the old folk songs.
the
They knew
music.
all the verses,
Yeah.
no matter how far back it went.
Yeah, and music
Yeah.
is an amazing therapeutic tool
Yeah,
as well.
right.
So, well,
Yeah.
wonderful. Thanks so much for joining us. Making and Keeping Memories, it is available here. And as I mentioned, you saw Sue's contact information if you would like to find out more about any of the other things, where it's available, speaking engagements and things like that.
The
Sue.
subtitle is How Young Ben Helps His Grandpa Try to Prevent Alzheimer's.
So thank you. Thank you very much for all your
Thanks
hard work.
for having me.
You're welcome. We'll take a break for our supporters and we'll be coming right back.
This March, as part of Minnesota Food Share Month, the Steele County Food Shelf hopes to raise $100,000 in cash or pounds of food. Minnesota Food Share contributes additional money based on our local donations. In 2014, 3,616 individuals living in Steele County registered at the food shelf. By the end of 2014, the food shelf gave out 551,000 pounds of food. The Steele County Food Shelf looks forward to your generosity again this year. With your support, we are able to provide a resource in Steele County for our neighbors in need. No one in Steele County should have to go to bed hungry.
Don't let the cold winter weather stop you from exercising. Keep up your fitness program at the West Hills Tennis and Fitness Center. We offer a variety of different membership packages available on daily, monthly, and yearly basis. We also have a variety of programs and services to help the newest of members get started and to help those who have been around for a while improve on what they are doing. The Tennis and Fitness Center participates in insurance reimbursement programs with a variety of different insurance providers that could make you eligible for up to $20 credit each month. For more information about the West Hills Tennis and Fitness Center, call us at 444-4290.
Amy Swain Hearing Centers is a proud sponsor of the Owatonna Today Show. I'm Dr. Amy Swain, and I want everyone to hear better.
Hi, I'm Brenda with the Mortgage Office of Brenda Bednar, aligned with American Mortgage and Equity Consultants, where closings feel right from the beginning. I'm a proud supporter of the Owatonna Today Show.
Hello, I'm Shawn McNulty.
And I'm Deb Gillard with Brookdale Senior Living, Sterling House, and Clarebridge of Owatonna.
And we are a proud sponsor of the Owatonna Today Show.
Welcome back. Thanks again for joining us here on this Wednesday, March 18th. We have Allie Hilton. Hello.
Hello.
And Pat Jorgensen. Hello, Pat.
Hello.
With the Steele County Humane Society. And we want to make sure we meet Willie. And Pat, you've got Willie there. Can you tell us a little bit about Willie?
Willie is a 1.5 years old. He's been with me since he's been a kitten. He's a little frightened right now, but
yes, it's not his normal environment.
Not
right?
his normal environment. Usually he's carrying around the house, and I usually find him in the evening laying on his back on the couch, snuggling with all his fur buddies. And his favorite pastime is hanging out in the window, watching all the squirrels in the backyard.
Oh yeah.
And the ducks are back, so they'll be providing some entertainment out the window in the pond. So
he's beautiful.
He'll be looking. And Willie is part of the discount that the Dietz CPA has given. His adoption fee is only $35 because they are covering $65 of it.
How wonderful.
And so he's actually up for adoption for only $35.
Okay.
And he's a little shy. He just needs a little time. The longer they spend with a foster home, the longer it takes to get adjusted to a new environment. So you just have to kind of let them do their thing. But he's a good boy.
Yeah, he looks like it, and he is just adorable.
He came to us lost in the field all by himself.
As a kitten?
Yeah, as a kitten. So, yeah.
So you've had, I was going to ask if he had litter mates or anything like that.
He
but
did not. He came in, but we had
himself.
lots of fur buddies in the house so he could get
acclimated.
acquainted with people. So he's been, he's a good boy. He's just a little...
Yeah, he's
little
feeling
shy.
very comfortable there in your arms.
He's safe and he's safe and in my arms.
Might not be a overall great environment, but I like Pat's arms, so I'll be okay there.
I'm safe here.
Yeah, there are benefits sometimes, I think, because I've had 2 adoptees, a cat and a dog from the Humane Society, to adopting an older animal. And so we know Willie is a 1.5 years, so he has lots of life left, but he's also established in his personality. You get to know him. That's the kitty you're gonna. He's obviously trained to be in a house and around other animals potentially.
The kitten part of him is done with now, but he's still playful and.
Oh sure.
So with the kittens, they kind of are naughty sometimes as far as crawling around up curtains and who knows. What else they might do.
Against kittens and puppies, because we do certainly families sometimes want that experience.
Oh, absolutely.
And love that experience and everything. But again, for someone looking for a cat whose personality and training is already established, then
the
Willie's
adult
a good
cats
bet.
are great.
The adult cats are really, really wonderful for that. And
He's been in a quiet home. He's not been around dogs. He's not been around children all that much. But
other kitties maybe.
Other kitties. He likes to have his fur buddies around. So.
All right. So he would adapt to that pretty well. So he will be among those that are being adopted. You mentioned his adoption fee is lowered, but there's Pet Adoption Day this coming Saturday.
This Saturday at the old Walmart building.
Okay. And what
And
time?
we should have everybody there from 12 noon till 2.
Okay.
And there's lots of puppies. We have lots of puppies and lots of cats coming in. And of course the kitten season is starting, so we're hoping to move out some of the ones that are in the foster homes right now. To make room for the flood of babies that'll be coming in.
Okay, and we know that this is the time of the year that the animals are out. It is a call for remembering to spay and neuter your pets, so we don't end up with strays who, may not be able to be adopted. So Ellie's shaking her or nodding her head yes. It's very important. It is the responsible pet owner thing to do.
Absolutely.
And we were talking a little bit ahead of time too. Maybe we were talking about dogs. Maybe we were able to let out our dogs in the wintertime and they would come right back in because it was chilly, to come back in from going to the bathroom. But you said you've been hearing a lot of, strays running out. I mean, they take off. They catch a smell or something and they're gone.
Love is in the air, and so all the dog that you think is going to stay right in its backyard and do its thing, once it gets a whiff, off it goes, and then they end up getting lost. And I happen to watch on Facebook a lot, and missing dog, 2 dogs running here and there. So there's a lot of them out running, and they get lost, and so they need to find their. And Facebook is a good one for posting if you've lost your pet. And then again, if they had been spayed or neutered, you wouldn't have that problem.
Right.
So.
Right, as much. In any case, it is. And obviously, they're in danger as well if they're out running loose and cutting across streets and all sorts of harm can come to them too. So
they get hit by cars.
Yeah, we want to make sure that our pets that we currently have stay safe, and and then as we look at adding new ones into our home as well. So Pet Adoption Day this coming Saturday, noon to 2 at the old Walmart building, and then again, of course, in April it'll be I think it's the third Saturday.
The third Saturday of
so it'll be the 18th of April as well. Kind of along the lines of the spay neuter. Well, definitely along the lines of that. But there is the low cost, high quality spay neuter.
Yes.
The next time that they will be here is early May, correct?
Correct. Yep.
All right.
May
2nd.
May 2nd. Yep.
And I know we've provided announcements here before when that's being done. How did the last one go?
It went great. It was a little slow filling up, and then all of a sudden there was a boom, and then they were full. They can only do about 40 animals
when they come.
Dogs and cats. So for low income, the next one will be May 2nd, as we said. We'll be hosting MinSnap.
Yep.
So these are great mobile vans that travel throughout the state of Minnesota, and it's a wonderful thing.
It is.
And it's reasonable. People can afford it.
Right.
And
they don't want cost to be an issue for going in. And obviously, if there is criteria to meet and so on, if we can afford it, we take our pets to the vet. But for those who may want to have a pet for whom the spaying or neutering might be prohibitive for them, this is the way to get it done.
Correct.
Yeah.
And it doesn't have to be income actually based either. If you're on Medicare, Medicaid, school lunch programs, any kind of public assistance, you qualify.
Okay.
So, there's other elderly people that want a pet, and if you're on Medicare, you qualify.
Yep. And we know that having those pets is good for us as well.
Absolutely.
I was thinking about that when she was talking about her book earlier, Grandpa and his trying to prevent Grandpa's Alzheimer's, and sometimes we know that pets are such great companions. Well, they are. Lowering our blood pressure, just being that gentle companion. I can't help looking at him. He is just like literally a part of your arms and in your sweatshirt. He is just so cute right now. There are a few other things going on as well that we want to make sure that we mention. The Home and Rec Show, you'll be there. The Steele County Humane Society will be at the Home and Rec Show, and that is on the 27th of the month.
Correct.
Yep. And we will actually be talking on Friday's program a little bit more about that show in detail. But you'll be there providing information, letting people know about animals that are in the system that you have for adoption, I'm guessing, Allie?
Yep. We have a table there, and share whatever information we have. We'll have pictures of animals that we have available for adoption, which we have a lot. We're always, any kind of information, we have very knowledgeable people going to be sharing that. So.
And there's another event coming up then a little bit later on in April, which I think probably when you come on the show in April we can talk a little bit more about it. It'll be right around the corner. But we want to mention that, and that's the Bark and Rec event, which I just love the name. So
I know.
And tell us just a little bit about that.
It's wonderful. It's an event put on by Park and Rec.
Okay.
And you bring your animals or your dogs.
Yeah.
And they have treats there, groomers, vets, people. You just walk around, and it's kind of like a fair for dogs.
Nice.
So a lot of fun. A lot of people.
April 25th. Where is it held?
It is at the fairgrounds in the Four Seasons building.
Okay.
Thanks.
Well, then it really is a fair for for dogs.
All under one woof.
Under.
I know. I had to say it.
Yes, when the bad pun is there, you just have to take it, don't you? So that is wonderful. So they can find out more about that. Now, I know your website is up. I know that's sometimes where I see, and there again, or Facebook. I think I probably liked you on Facebook.
Yep.
So I see sometimes when you guys are helping to find a owner for a lost pet or something like that.
Yep.
But a great place to go to find out about the pets that are available, about these events coming up, correct?
Correct. Facebook and our website. Our website is under a little construction right now.
So I was thinking more of Facebook, I
Yep,
think.
but Facebook is great.
Okay.
Yeah.
And a lot of good info on there. I like the little cartoons that you guys post every once in a while that are pet related, pet and animal related, because they're really cute and they usually hit home in some way, shape, or form.
For everybody,
so, yes,
I
they
think.
do, they do.
think. Yeah.
And where's Willie going now? Oh,
He's looking under the table. He's looking under the
I'm just
table.
looking
We're getting
under the table to see what's
a butt
going
visual
on.
here.
But that's okay. So, and we want to encourage people to call and find out about the pets that are in the system, whether they look on Facebook, whether they look online, whether they give a call. The number to call, I think we've had on screen here, 451...
4512.
4512.
Yep.
Oh, there it is. Oh, what? I don't know. Leanne's talking to herself, so I don't know what she's doing. But definitely get a hold of the folks at the Humane Society. Stop out and head to a foster home, see these wonderful animals like Willie. Dear Willie,
Willie.
there you're back up to say bye-bye to us. And thank you, ladies, for all that you do for the Steele County
thank you,
Humane
guys.
Society.
We appreciate your
Come
having
to
us.
Pet Adoption Day this Saturday, folks. We remind people of that and all the other events you have coming up. Thank you again.
Wonderful. Thank you.
And thank you, Willie. Bye-bye. We'll take a break. We'll be back to wrap up for today.
Hello, my name is Katie Marshall. A year ago, my family and I became homeless. We were scared and alone. Today, with the help of Steele County Transitional Housing and generous donors like you, my family and I are safely housed. I am working, going to college, paying my rent on time. My children have a warm bed to sleep in every night. My family and I are so grateful for this second chance. Please help others in need by donating to Transitional Housing today. Everyone deserves a safe place to live.
Every child needs a mentor, a positive role model. For me, that was my grandmother. For more than 110 years, Big Brothers Big Sisters has been making meaningful monitored matches between adult volunteers and children. And these positive relationships have direct and measurable impacts. Help a child realize his or her potential. Visit bigbrothersbigsisters.org.
Time to wrap up the day here on this Wednesday, March 18th. The United States Army Field Band and Soldiers Chorus will be playing this evening at 7 o'clock. It is a free concert, and it will be at the Owatonna High School Auditorium. Free tickets are available at Triumph Graphics, People's Press, Kotke Jewelers, Trinity Lutheran Church. The doors open at 6:15 for ticket holders. Just a great concert if you're feeling in the mood to hear some wonderful music. March Blood Drive for the American Red Cross is today from noon to 6, tomorrow noon to 6, and Friday 8 to 1. St. John Lutheran Church at 1301 Lincoln. Make an appointment still for the upcoming days or walk in. Steele County Historical Society is pleased to welcome 4 Vietnam veterans for a roundtable discussion that will be going on tomorrow, Thursday, March 19th at 7 in the Wenger Room of the History Center. Admission to the lecture is free for Steele County Historical Society members and $2 for non-members, so make sure you attend that if you have an interest in that. Should be some interesting things going on there. Please join us for Friday's program when we will have with us Express Employment Professionals. There we go. If I slow down, I can say it. And we'll also be talking about the upcoming Home and Recreation Show. We will see you on Friday. Have a great day.